Let's talk headers. Hey guys, so I have installed headers on my Mazda B2000. These are the pace setter clones that you can buy off Amazon for around 200 bucks, stainless steel. They come with mixed reviews, one of which is that the collector down there fouls up against the transmission, and I am not having that issue, so they might have fixed the jig. One issue I did have is that the AC compressor line on the cold side was touching the header, so you can see that I performed some modification. It's unfortunate to have to do that, but that's not uncommon with any aftermarket header. You know, if they were custom headers, then it'd be a different story. Also, I would like to bring your attention to the old hardware that I'm using there. I'm gonna have to go. So I just got a wild hair and did this. I was not gonna do this today, and I'm kind of paying for it in some regard because it's now 9 p.m. and family's going to bed soon, and I have open headers. I can't close the garage at all. So, and I want to close my garage. So this poses a little bit of a problem for me in that I'm going to have to stop where I'm at, button things up. I'm going to have to move the pickup over here and park it, and then redo everything in order for me to install the remainder of the exhaust. The good thing is that at least I got this front section done and I can start working back. I've got some stainless pipe, mandrel bend, just a custom kit off of Amazon. I'll post the links for all this stuff down below, and some band clamps. Everything is stainless. All the hardware I bought is stainless. Hangers are stainless. Blah blah blah. I didn't want to have to ever do this again. So at this point right now, what I need to do is get the pickup off the ramps. I've got some jack stands set up back here just so I could get the exhaust out. So everything is out. It was a rusty mess. I spared you guys that stuff. That was just really tedious garbage. And I put it right where it belonged, underneath my son's bed. I'm just kidding. So that'll be going to the junkyard. All right, so let me come back when I've got the pickup down off of the ramps and so forth, and then we'll start it. I'm going to try not to start it until I can get it on video, and at which point I'm going to have to quickly move it because I'm sure my neighbors are not going to like this. I don't think it'll be terribly loud. It will be very loud, but I'm not going to do any revs or anything like that because, you know, my neighbor that away has a little kid, baby, and I'm not interested in him coming and knocking on my door. So headers look pretty good though. Wouldn't you think? I think so. Not too shabby. They're bound to flow better than that old clogged manifold and catalytic converter I have sitting over there, and definitely better than the, what is it, 1.5-inch pipe. It's 2-inch all the way out from now on. So all right, let's get this thing off the ramps, and we'll come back whenever I got it ready to start. All right guys, I'm gonna catch you up as to where I'm at and what I'm doing. I had made some plans on how I was gonna do this, and it all relied upon my bandsawing. And unfortunately, it's just banding. The saw, I think I remember last time I used this, I pretty much wore the blade out, cutting stainless, which is what I'm trying to cut now. And yeah, I'm kind of not going to go that direction now. I'm going to use a cutoff wheel. Pretty basic setup. In order to make some of the slight bends that I have to make around cross members and so forth, I'm just doing some pie cuts underneath the underside here. And you have to pardon me. I'm trying to talk fast to avoid overheating because it is like 9 million degrees here in Texas. Let me just take you underneath here real quick. So just introducing you guys to the underside of my Mazda. There's the collector for the header there, and I need to be able to traverse this first section of cross members. After that, it gets pretty simple. It's actually all simple. I just need to make some slight bends down and then across through here, and then just kind of level out to the back end near the axle. In order to do all that, this is where the pie cuts are coming in, just in front of the cross member right there. And gonna, as I stated, just traverse these two cross members here, one of which is the torsion bar mount. I'm gonna use the factory mounts, exhaust mounts, as much as possible and as needed. I've got everything I think that I need. All right, so I'm going to keep rolling here. I'm gonna put things on time lapse, and you guys can just kind of watch what I'm doing. Most of the work is gonna be here, and under there is just gonna be fitment. And then eventually I'll wheel out the welder and start tacking everything together, and then fully stitch the whole bit together so that we have seamless exhaust. With the exception of, I am going to use a few clamps. I need to be able to service things and be able to remove the exhaust as necessary. It doesn't make a lot of sense to just weld the entire thing together, at least not to me. Things just do wear out, and I'd prefer not to have to cut things out later. So anyways, that's just the mechanic in me coming out. So again, let me get things set up on the camera, and we'll just rock and roll. You know, a friend once told me there's no such thing as bad welds, just lazy grinding. And in this case, we have both. That's probably some of the worst welding on the internet. So you probably saw me fiddling a lot with the settings on my welder. It's just a Harbor Freight flux welder. You know, if I had a good MIG, those welds would have looked a lot better. As it is now, I've sort of settled on the wire speed almost nothing, and voltage set at max. It seems to be getting the best penetration and fill, as long as I can keep the my movement fairly consistent. The problem is it's flux, so you have inconsistencies inside the flux wire that translate into what you're doing in your piece, so it ends up being not so great. You know, it is what it is though. It's not a show car, this is a daily driver. It'll be fine. I got a couple pinholes I'm gonna plug up, so let me get that set up. I'm not gonna film much of anything else, it's just more of the same stuff. What I'll do is come back at the end and show you what I got. Oh boy, it's been a long afternoon. Been 5 hours straight of cutting, welding, and welding some more. I am at a point where I need to stop. I'm not done, but I'm pretty much done. All right, so let's take a look at what I got going on here. This is where the pipe exits. You can see it stops short of the fender well. There's some hangers up here. There's one right there. And there's another one kind of back behind all that. And unfortunately, the hangers that I bought, they're stainless. They're universal. Here, let me show you. But they're really, I mean, heavy duty. I mean, so unfortunately, I might be able to weld it to that pipe, but I'm gonna punch a lot of holes in the process. I think it'd be wise of me to just get some clamp style hangers and make that work for this section. So in terms of what things are looking like underneath, there's the full picture. Basically follow the stock routing. There's the, look at the I had to build up a lot. I know it looks hideous, but that's what I had to do to make this work. I didn't want to wait any longer, so impatience got the best of me, I'm afraid. There's the rest of the exhaust. And as you can see, for the most part, it is not visible from the bottom of the truck. The only thing you can see is the just part of the muffler right there. And eventually, I'm gonna have the tailpipe kind of sneak out right here. Probably put a tip on it just to make it look nicer. Let's go ahead and start it up and hear what it sounds like. That's a pretty good mellow sound. That sounds a lot better. All right, guys, I'm DUNN done for the night. I'm gonna go take a shower and wash all this metal off of me. I'm gonna clean up the mess tomorrow. But right now I'm gonna get this truck off the jack stands and so forth. And yeah, just get things somewhat put away. So until next time, peace out and keep it between the ditches.